staring out the window.
Well, we're back. It's been a long time since we've done a podcast or a YouTube video or anything. It's been a year
and 3 months, you said?
In 3 months, we've been busy. And we have been doing a lot of crafting this past year. And you've been making a lot of knitting.
Crocheting. Lord, every time, man.
I know it's knitting. I mean, crocheting.
That's okay.
And I have been doing laser engraving on different items and trying to get a niche.
A niche.
And we've been doing a lot of craft shows, a lot of fairs and festivals, and trying to kind of get our name out there and pick up some business. And it's been hit and miss this past year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we have decided to keep plugging away and start the podcast up again and kind of intermingle everything in and try to get some business generated this way, and not just focus on the business aspect of our hobby, or not our hobby, our crafting, but just kind of continue doing on things that we enjoy doing, which is talking about, well, we were doing reaction videos before, which it was all right. I mean,
not his favorite.
No,
that's okay. I mean, they were all right.
I think it's saturated. I think, whenever you want to see a reaction on anything, I think it's saturated. And I think that a lot of times that to get a good reaction video, you have to see a lot of the actual video you're acting on. And I know it's hit and miss with YouTube on what you're allowed to put up. And I totally understand that. It's copyrighted. It's somebody else's material.
Oh.
And you're going to get dinged on it. You may not be able to show as much as you need to get a decent reaction. So,
right.
So kind of want to get away from that. I do want to talk a lot about crafting in this podcast, not necessarily just in this episode, but just on...
And not specific crafts necessarily. Maybe some, but not all the time.
Right. We could talk about things that have worked for us over this past year. We've had a lot of success on a lot of the things that we've done as far as different events, generate some traffic to our website. And
if you guys have ideas of things to talk about, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, but I also want to talk about just other things too. I mean, we live in a really strange time now, and I've been following a lot of different sites or topics on Reddit and Twitter and things like that just have nothing to do with crafting that I want to touch on throughout these podcasts. And
right.
So,
like what's going on in the world or in the United States. I guess it depends on what's happening that day. So we'll see what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So what's trending today, honey?
Well,
what do you want to talk about?
Well,
what's on there?
I'm looking at Reddit right now, and I did this for a while. We both did this for a while, and we did this a few years back, and we used to have fun doing it because we used to do this together. Not in the same vehicle, but we'd both go out into the city and both drive Uber and pick up people.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, that was fun.
It was kind of fun. You get to meet different types of people, and every now and then when we were actually driving in the city downtown, we would see each other driving around. But what this thing is, it says Uber will soon know if you're drunk and could refuse to pick you up.
Ooh.
You ever pick up a lot of drunk people?
Only on St. Patrick's Day weekend. That weekend, everyone was drunk.
Yeah.
But since we didn't drive nights, really, I don't think we got a lot of drunk people.
Well, I drove some nights, but doesn't that just defeat the whole purpose of Uber?
Right. Well, I think it's how drunk they are, because, slightly intoxicated or intoxicated enough you can't drive is one thing. Having somebody so drunk in your car that you think that they're going to throw up or they are passing out in your car, especially if it's a single female and a male driver. That's just terrifying.
I've never had anybody throw up in my car. I've had them close a couple times where I was able to pull over in time and they yacked outside the car.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple at 9 a.m. on St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Yeah, both.
They were passing out in the back seat.
Yeah, both times when somebody almost got sick in my car was in the morning.
Yeah, that's.
It wasn't from drinking in the morning. I think it was from the night before.
And they're just all hungover the next day.
Or either that or they just stopped drinking.
Right.
But there was one time in particular I remember a young lady, like a young adult, she put her mom, who was nearly passed out drunk, in the car and told me to drive her home.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Now,
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
And I was
doing
pretty
that to
new.
somebody.
I remember when that happened, I was pretty new. I thought, well, is this just the normal thing to do?
Right.
And, she got out of my car and, went to her apartment, and I'm assuming she got in okay. I wasn't going to,
Right. Oh, and if you guys hear that whining in the background, our dog's down here, and he's crying because we're not paying attention to him.
Yeah, there he goes.
Cash, hush.
Yeah. So either way, but, looking at some of these responses.
Oh, yeah. What are some of the things that people are saying?
I don't know. I don't think anything too interesting. Those are just kind of like our thoughts on that. So I don't know. Somebody, look at this. How old were you when you found out that some nail cutters have a safe mode?
They have a safe mode? Okay, I'm going to say I'm 53 years old.
Look at that.
Well, when it's closed.
Is that a safe mode?
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
mean?
because did you see what he did? Okay.
No.
So the clipper part, you have the clippers, and then he pushed the handle, that part you usually turn around. He pushed it forward.
So it's closed.
Which closed it, so then you can't accidentally, somebody couldn't accidentally get their finger in there, and because those things are sharp.
Well, how many people have
typically.
actually I don't know of anybody who've actually cut themselves on that.
On a pair of open clippers,
Well, okay.
nail clippers. Still interesting. I didn't know that.
Uh-oh. Is this tortoise going to get eaten?
No, the leopard's afraid of the turtles.
Uh-oh. Well, these tortoises are having sex right behind a leopard. And the leopard doesn't seem to mind.
The leopard's busy doing something else. Now, are you going to add those clips?
Yeah, maybe not. I think we kind of just described. Kids get caught not paying for food. Yeah, what is today? So, in case somebody gets an idea, today's July 9th.
So it's a Sunday. Slow news day.
What's this? I don't know who that is. Who is that? Is that Marky Mark?
No. 1989 backstage. No, I don't know. Maybe.
That is Marky Mark.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't recognize
It's
him.
from 1999 or 89.
89. He looks like a baby.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
He's the Sith from Star Wars.
Oh. I don't really care too much about Star Wars.
I know you don't.
Where's my feed on Reddit? I'm not used to doing Reddit on the laptop. I usually just look at it on my phone. So what are you making right now?
I am prepping for a blanket for the winter, for one of our Christmas winter shows. So I figured we could do this during the podcast and y'all can watch it grow. I just did the chain and now I'm doing the chain across, but so that it doesn't get tight at the bottom, I'm doing it in the back bump.
It's a what?
So it's going to be a blanket.
Oh,
It will be a blanket. Cash. Sorry, folks.
he wants some attention.
He doesn't do well without attention. He's fine. He's just needy, like all pit bulls. There he is. Oh, there's a little bit of him.
Oh, can you see him? Is he on it? Oh, yeah.
It's just a tail.
Okay, so it says 95% of adults over 30 will never sprint the rest of their lives. I believe that.
I believe that too. Why would you sprint? Unless you're running from something,
Running for your life.
why would you need to sprint anywhere? I mean, literally nobody sprints. Even if you're like running for a train or you're running for a cab or, I don't even know. When else would you run as an adult?
You'd have to be like running for your life.
Yeah. And to sprint?
Or I don't know how many scenarios there are out there that you'd actually sprint. And how far could you go? How long would you last, the average adult?
Right. I mean, maybe you're running after somebody, but even then, are you going to sprint? Are you really going to put your all behind it?
You're going to run.
As a sprint?
Run. Like, let's say somebody stole somebody broke into your car and stole your stereo or something.
Right.
Which I don't even think people steal stereos anymore.
I don't think so either. But I mean,
they steal that Cadillac. What's that thing called?
A catalytic converter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do that at night. You're not going to be running after anybody.
And I don't think I would be sprinting down the road with it.
I mean, yeah. What would make you sprint at any time?
So that stat's legit.
I agree because I'm not running anymore.
Well, maybe there's some scenarios in there.
I mean, running is one thing, but sprinting is a whole nother part of your life.
If you're doing an aerobic exercise, maybe.
You're not going to sprint during aerobics.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't.
It would cut down your aerobic training time.
I mean, maybe on a treadmill, you might sprint.
This guy was chased by an angry bull. He sprinted.
Okay, he would sprint.
Yeah.
What else? What other comments are in there?
Recreational sports.
Yeah, sports might make you sprint.
Football players sprint.
Right.
There aren't that many of those folks.
Perfect. Well, there's like adult leagues and stuff like that. Baseball players, they sprint.
Let's say if you're in a marathon and you're neck and neck with somebody towards the end.
You're still not going to sprint.
Well, if you wanted to win.
Maybe. What else? Anybody else have any good ideas? I mean, baseball players sprint. Softball players. I don't know if you played softball like with your friends and you're running to the base. Do you actually sprint or you just kind of run fast?
Softball players sprint to the beer stand.
You're not going to full on sprint like for real. That's funny. That was a good one. I like that. This conversation.
I don't know what a lot of these things are. Okay, so that throughout human existence, only 40% of males have reproduced versus 80% of females.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, okay,
what do they mean by that? I mean, yeah, we're the ones who actually reproduce.
Yeah, 80% of females and only 40% of males because women are picky. They're only going to pick 4 out of 10 guys to reproduce with.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And then the guys are only going to pick 8 out of 10 women.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
guys aren't as picky.
Boys are like, I just want to sow my seed.
Yep. And then, it takes less guys, because one guy could go out
and impregnate a bunch of
and knock
women.
up a bunch of women.
8 out of 10. One guy.
Well, yeah, but one guy could go and do it a bunch of times.
This is true.
Get those 8 women.
That's kind of gross to think about, that whole conversation.
Yep.
But I'm sure it's interesting, fascinating.
So that tells me that the women don't mind the sloppy seconds.
I don't know.
That eight of these females do not mind these sloppy seconds.
I don't know about that.
Okay, independence from Britain is celebrated somewhere in the world on average 1 every 7 days. That's probably true.
Did Britain really have that
many colonies?
That many colonies?
1 out of 7 days.
That's a lot. So once a week, there's somewhere is celebrating.
So it takes 50 nations for that stat to be correct, it looks like.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Do they actually celebrate it? I wonder if some places are worse off.
Oh, whoops. Do that sugar one. Go up.
This
right
one?
Right there. Yeah, because that's...
Oh. that cutting down on sugary food from your diet heal your body. Okay, so I was watching a video on YouTube about the wonderful benefits of cutting down sugar from your diet. Like losing weight and feeling good, okay. I was watching a video on YouTube about the wonderful benefits of cutting down from your diet, like losing weight and feeling good. I didn't need a period there, I guess. I have a toothache cavity and felt like I've been consuming a lot of processed food, and I think due to the reason I've been having pain. Yeah, I do brush my teeth twice a day, but not having a healthy diet can cause more of a problem. Can cause more problems.
Well, I just think that cutting down sugar from your diet, period, is going to help you heal. Because sugar is like crack. Didn't they say, isn't there a statistic that sugar is more addictive than cocaine?
Yeah, but are there any health benefits to sugar?
To eating sugar?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm going to say no. Because I don't know.
Yeah, this first person responded, not BS. Eating diet eating a diet consisting of whole foods like fresh fruit and vegetable and whole grains is much better for your body than eating ultra processed junk food. Well, no kidding.
Well, yeah. And we're not even talking about processed foods. I'm just talking straight up sugar. I mean, sugar is natural and but your body, if your body doesn't need it, right? And I mean, unless you're, an athlete.
Yeah, I don't like that question. That one's just, how stupid is that?
Okay.
All right, let's switch categories. What's the deal with people getting kicked off the flights?
I don't know. So many people are getting in trouble. What are they doing? Get off the plane.
What's going on?
Where's the...
What happened?
What is going on?
Did they take anybody? Yeah.
Yeah. That lady.
It looks like she made a lot of people late. Nothing to see there. Just a lot of people
Mad at some lady.
Yeah. And there's a guy that looks like Butthead. I think that's AI generated.
It would have to be. It looks like it doesn't look real.
That's gross. Okay. Let's see. What's Brittany doing?
Well, I think they think she's on drugs.
She shouldn't be. I don't know. This woman's completely out of control. What's going on with her?
Well, why is it? There are 4.
Ooh, she spit on him.
Shush, Cash.
What's going on with people?
Why is she so
That's at an
upset?
airport too, looks like.
Yeah, but why is she freaking out?
I don't know.
That's the part is, okay, you see the struggle and you see all this going on, but what started it? Why did they feel like they needed to intervene and remove her from
Okay,
wherever she's
well,
at?
regardless, whatever it is, she spit on this guy twice.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's got to go to jail, but...
Okay. What's going on here at a public pool? Oh, gross. Is that real?
Is she peeing?
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't want to see that. Oh.
Oh, and it turns the pool blue. That's gross.
Is that? I saw that in the movies. Is that really a thing?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, how embarrassing! She's like, it's not me. I'll be turning the pool blue all over the place. I think that's
Funny.
really gross. I always thought twerking is one of the grossest things ever. I think it's disgusting.
I agree. I don't know why it's a thing. Is that a spider? Oh, yep. Right on her jeans. A jumping spider. Oh, gross.
You would never see it right where it's at.
Right there. Ooh.
That's small. Look at it compared to the size of the grape. That wouldn't even hurt you if you swallowed it.
You swallowed it. Gross. Let's just swallow a bug. And I'm not super fearful of bugs, but that's just kind of gross.
Oh, what's this guy doing? Stealing her purse?
She gonna kick his butt? Because that'd be funny.
Uh-oh. No, but this guy is.
Oh, dude! It's one way to stop him, I guess.
Uh-oh. There goes.
Oh,
There's always these places like in other countries that they don't put up with that stuff. They'll just run them over with their cars.
it's like I'm not gonna kill you, but you're not going.
Oh, he might kill him.
He might.
Jeez.
It's like you're not going anywhere.
Sharp and very decent human. What's he gonna do? Looking at the dash cam. He's gonna help this guy? What's going on? There's no sound on this. Oh, he's choking.
Oh, dude.
What are the chances somebody would come and help you on the side of the road when you're choking?
Well, it doesn't look like it's that busy of a road either.
Is that a man or a woman?
I think it's a man. I don't know.
And that somebody would know what to do.
Right, that it'd be the right person to stop you. To stop to help you. Wow, that's pretty cool though. What's that boulder?
Oh, there's that spear I was telling you about in Las Vegas.
What is that? Where is that?
It's at the Venetian, I think.
Oh, that was definitely not there when I was there.
And they
'Cause I would've
can
seen
make
it.
it look like the moon or a basketball or anything round.
Oh, it might have. Well, maybe I was there. They just didn't have it lit up like that.
Here's a monkey helping a guy fix his brakes.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I'll show you that woman on the airplane. I'm really surprised you haven't seen it.
Say whatever you want. I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can steal this plane, and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Like I said, bye.
She's not. What do you mean he's not real?
Yeah. Well,
Does she
no,
think
this
like a
this
fake
is
person walked on the
this
plane?
is true. Carrot Top was on that flight,
Yeah.
and Carrot Top said he was not. She wasn't talking about him because I've seen Carrot Top at the airport before. He doesn't look real.
Well, he's had a lot of.
Yeah,
work,
but
right?
he said she wasn't talking about him.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
there's been other people that kind of narrowed it down that she was talking about a guy with a hoodie on. And
Okay.
from what I understand, she was having a conversation with this guy, and it was sort of like this guy was communicating with her, but he wasn't talking.
See, I'd want to see more. Why does she think that he's not real?
Well, there's no more to show you.
I understand that, but I mean that's the stuff that is.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it. That's
I haven't
been
seen that.
that's been all over the internet the past.
I look at a lot of stuff, but I haven't seen that.
Now,
So she exited the plane. She left. Obviously.
yeah,
she
I don't
got
know.
off.
She wasn't charged with anything, even though she disrupted the flight.
But she willingly got off the plane on her own, so she
Yeah,
didn't have to be removed.
Yeah, but it's not like you could go get on an airplane and just say, "Hey, I want off."
Probably could.
I'll try it.
And you record it. Let's do that. Let's not. I don't know. That's weird. I would. Huh.
She didn't sound drunk, and that's another thing people are saying. She seemed normal.
Yeah, she seemed lucid and not on drugs or anything like that. So do you think she's just watched too many conspiracy shows?
I don't know. Maybe she took some mushrooms or something.
To calm her to get on the plane
Seriously,
and it went
maybe
the
she
other
did,
way?
Maybe she did something like that.
Maybe.
Or maybe she saw something.
Interesting.
So I think somebody needs to track that lady down and talk to her. Now, what would you do if that lady worked for you? Like, and she's all over the news. What if she was, like, if you owned a company, she was your number one sales lady, and then whatever you're selling, you know, whatever businesses she's going in, they're going to say, "Hey, I saw you on the internet.
I don't know.
What did you see?"
Oh my gosh. That would be...
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
Depending on
'Cause
what you're
could-
selling.
It depends on what you're selling. It could go either way.
Well,
I don't know. That's bizarre. That situation, I think, is bizarre.
would you want to stay on the plane if you were a passenger? If you were Carrot Top, if you were flying with Carrot Top, would you say, "Hey, Carrot Top, we should probably get off the plane"?
No, because I mean, obviously, she was misunderstanding something.
No, not obviously.
I mean, something set her off, but I think there's a lot more to it. I don't think it has to do with whatever she saw necessarily, but I bet she's been like watching a lot of like, you know, not necessarily conspiracies, but like there's that new movie, you know, where they're Among Us or whatever.
Oh,
it
that
is.
one with Rowdy Roddy Piper. They Live. Remember, they had to wear those sunglasses, and when they put on the sunglasses,
Yeah, to figure out who
they
is-
could see who the lizard people were.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just movies like that.
Well, Paul said she looks like a thick, hot, mad Jennifer Aniston, which she kind of does.
Okay.
But
I don't know what that has to do with anything other than she's cute.
yeah. So she was. I think she dominated the internet the past week. So
That's crazy. I think that's just crazy. And obviously she's losing it. What are some of the comments?
let's see. Did they turn out to be real or not? There's no update. No one can find the woman in this video or the plane. That's BS.
Or the plane.
Because Carrot Top talked, and there's been other videos from different angles, but they really didn't show much else.
It was all just the lady.
Yeah. Imagine listening to that voice all the time. It has a voice that would peel paint.
Oh gosh.
So people are commenting about her voice. Well, she was scared. Now that would be more believable than main characting does. I don't know what that means.
What does it say? I don't know.
Let's see. Of course, it's not real. They are named Spirit Airlines for a reason.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, people are kind of comparing it to that William Shatner episode of The Twilight Zone when he saw something on the wing, but this is not the same because she saw somebody in the plane, not on the wing, and they weren't in the air.
Yeah, that was a whole different.
Yeah. Who knows? The strange thing is that what if she was telling the truth?
Well, yeah. What's weird is have they really not been able to find her with everything that's out there? Or is people really not looking? Because I think if you really wanted to find her, you'd find her.
That's just easy to say. Nobody's found her. Well, that moron who wrote that probably hasn't found her because
he doesn't know how to look.
Well,
I wouldn't know how to look. But I wonder how she feels now. I mean, it would be interesting to know what she's thinking now after being all over the internet. Was she, could she come back and say, hey, I was just having a mental break? Or, hey, this is what I saw. This is why I thought he wasn't real.
Does she still believe it?
Yeah, that's what would be really interesting to me. I would like to know that part. Like, what does she think now?
I want to find a really good question to talk about, and then we'll probably wrap this up. Okay, well, here's a question that was submitted by Blackjacks on Reddit. Why are men grossed out by other naked men, but women aren't grossed out by other naked women?
Okay, well, do you think that they're actually grossed out?
I don't know if grossed out. I think maybe uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay, so why are men uncomfortable in front of other men?
Well, it's not saying that they're uncomfortable in front of other naked men. They're uncomfortable seeing other men. Okay.
Why? I mean, because I think with women, I think we're used to seeing, our moms. It's never been an issue. It was never put out as an issue when we were kids. Because your mom's changed you, your mom's did all of that. So I think that's why women don't have a problem seeing other naked women or get grossed out. But I think that boys, it's more of a...
Well, I think this is more like straight boys.
Okay.
Or straight guys are probably more uncomfortable in front of naked guys instead of like gay guys. Or
maybe. I think it's like everybody. Some people are and some people aren't, right?
Well, I think straight guys probably are because it's kind of gay. Or they think it might be kind of gay seeing other guys naked. Especially if they get caught,
Well, I think
getting a glimpse.
Well, I think it comes down to, again, how we're raised and what happens in school.
I don't know of anybody raised in a way where they're totally comfortable seeing other naked dudes.
No, I don't think any. So I think that is. But why is that? Why are men and boys?
Well, that's the question.
I know. That's what we're talking about. Why do you think that men and boys are I think that you're right, that they're made to be more uncomfortable, whereas women just don't care.
Mm-hmm. Is it kind of homophobic?
Maybe. Possibly.
It's because women are beautiful, elegant, exquisite. Men look like they have extra parts.
So somebody wrote?
And too much hair.
Oh my gosh.
That could be. They look gross. Men are gross.
Men are gross. And there's some gross women out there too. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that, you can get grossed out by some women. But overall...
Yeah, I really don't care for that question. It's kind of... Is 11:30 a.m. too early for a drink? It depends. I mean, if you're going on someplace where you don't need to be anywhere else,
you're on vacation.
Maybe you could take a nap in the later afternoon.
You're in Vegas.
What are people saying? In the airport? Hell no. The holiday starts when you get to the airport.
Regardless of the time.
Yep. No. 11:30 is late for an airport drink. Hell no. Some people are pretty much in agreement. It's not too early. Why would somebody write that? They just want somebody to say, Yeah, go ahead and have a drink. Why do people say I identify as and not just I am? That's a good point. It's because I'm not even going to read the answers. It's because they know they're not. I identify as he, she, or no, that'd be
He, him.
he, him, or she, her.
Right.
Because they know they're not, is my answer. So they have to identify as because they know they are not.
Right, because they just say I am.
Yeah, I am
she.
a she, her. Said I identify as.
Well, that
Right.
makes sense, right? Because you're not you can't say I am. 'Cause
So
that's a definitive.
they might as well be saying, I'm full of shit. So
Oh my God! Do not put that on there. No, cut that out.
no. What are your thoughts? Because what somebody identifies as may not be what others see them as. So it clarifies the beholder. No, that's not true.
Well, it is true, sort of.
No, because they are what they are. That would be a fact. The
Right.
facts are
I
a fact.
am as a fact.
Yeah. Hmm.
Whereas I identify as what they believe.
Yeah.
Ew. Ew. He may do that, but that's just gross.
How?
I don't know how he would pee and not get it all over everywhere.
Okay, the question is, my friend says he pisses without using his hands, so he doesn't need to wash. Is this possible, or should I be calling bull?
I don't know. I'm not a boy.
I don't think it's possible. And what does he do? He probably just stands there with his hands on his hips.
Maybe.
How does he get his wiener out?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so he unzips. He would have to pull his underwear down. So is he one of those guys that pees with his butt exposed?
Maybe, or he might just pull it down under his balls.
And then shake it up so it's kind of,
But
out.
how do you not get pee on your pants?
And it's just not that. It's the backsplash. And it's just touching everything else that's...
Oh, gross! You have to wash your hands.
you have to wash your hands. That's gross.
That's gross. Just reading that was gross.
Yeah. You're touching... And just being in the air. I mean, in the public restroom is gross.
Fact.
Is this true? The average wedding in this person's state is $32,000.
Oh, I think that's true.
What a ripoff.
I think nowadays.
People should just go out and elope.
I think nowadays.
What a
that's
ripoff.
totally
Put that
true.
money towards a house, condo, or something.
Yeah, but everybody wants the dream wedding. But it's never
No,
what you think it is.
It's not. You'll forget about it. It'll be a blur. You won't remember most of it.
It's not worth it.
Is it normal to want to go to America just so I can have a pet raccoon?
What? You can't have a pet raccoon.
I don't know. Can you?
No.
Huh.
Or do you just want to? Does he want to pet a raccoon? He wants to pet, so he can.
Oh, so he
a
can
rac-
pet a raccoon. So I guess wherever he's from, they don't have raccoons.
raccoons.
No, that raccoon will bite you.
Yeah, I don't even
Okay,
know where
no.
you could go pet a raccoon. That's dumb.
Yeah, would you make a clone out of one of our pets?
No. No, because it's not going to be the same. It's like Pet Cemetery. It would not be the same. Even if it's a clone, it's still going to be different. It's still going to have its own personality. It's still
Maybe.
going to be its own.
Oh, this would be an interesting one. What red flag did you overlook in a past relationship that turned out to be significant? Oh, there's only 2 comments on there. Dang it. I was hoping there'd be a bunch. Measuring my wrist size whenever we held hands.
Ew.
What do you mean? X turned out to be obsessed with making partners of healthy weight become underweight. So he grabbed her wrist.
Yeah, like that, and he was measuring it.
Oh, it's like, oh, you're getting too heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. Her telling me about how these stalkers have been stalking or talking shit about her and following her, etc. Turns out she is schizophrenic.
That's kind of
Wow.
funny.
That's weird. Oh, too bad there aren't more comments on that. That would have been a fun one to read. How often can a person get drunk and remain healthy? I think it's unhealthy. Just getting drunk, it just it's so hard on a person's body.
Yeah.
What it does to your, just what it, on a person's brain, just how it dehydrates it. It just can't be good.
No, I don't think that it's good at all.
Everyone's body's different. In theory, it's probably possible someone could do it every day, I guess. I don't think so. I don't think ever I agree with this person. I mean, it's not... They say it kills brain cells, so...
Right.
Yeah, here's one. Getting drunk is not healthy. There is no safe amount of drunkenness. Every time you do so, you roll the dice on some health issue. Never. Okay, so everybody, except for that one person, it's kind of an agreement.
Right.
There's not a safe amount of times to get drunk. Is it weird for me, 25-year-old female, to date a 60-year-old man? I'm very attracted to him. I call BS. I wonder how much money this guy has. It's not about money or anything like that. I'm genuinely find him attractive. Honestly. Well,
she's 25. Of course she's going to say that.
I think he's more attractive than any guy I've met my own age. I like older men. Well,
okay.
There's fine. There's girls that like older men. There's dudes that like older women. I just honestly.
She's 25.
If that makes you happy, then go for it. I guess that's probably the best advice. I mean, yeah, it's weird. Weird isn't necessarily bad or wrong, though. They're both adults. I don't know. Even though she's an adult, I just still kind of get the pedo vibe from that.
Except that she's interested in him more so.
Well, if they're dating, he's obviously interested in her.
Well, and he probably feels, oh, this young girl likes me. Probably boost his ego.
Well, maybe he's thinking of it she's coming over and, I don't know, helping him clean house or something.
It's not like... I doubt that.
Why am I leaking?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's legal, but it's also weird. That being said, I wouldn't care about my preference being weird to others. Yeah, I wonder if this guy used to be married, has grandkids or kids.
Who knows? And just because she's attracted to him and they date doesn't mean it'll last. Because they probably have nothing in common, or very little in common.
She says it's not a money thing, but chances are he's financially stable.
Right.
And even though it may not be a lot of money, he may not have a huge house and, a really fancy car. He may have a house and he has a car. He doesn't have a lot of bills and is able to take her out to eat and not worry about... She doesn't have to worry about what to order.
Right. She probably doesn't even realize that it might be possibly a little money related. She might not even know that.
Yeah. If she dated a 25-year-old dude, they may not be going to the same places that she's going to now.
Right.
Yeah. It's a money thing. She doesn't realize it.
She probably feels secure.
Yeah. I wonder what her dad thinks about it.
Oh, yeah. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you stop knitting or
I was
crocheting.
trying to read.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I think we've been on for a while. It's been about an hour. So we'll get back. We'll start doing more of these, have some more topics, and hopefully if anybody's listening and watching, you can send us some topics to talk about, give us your thoughts on some of our responses and how you feel about some of the topics we talked about today, and let us know what you think, and hopefully you'll join us again. And if you have any ideas on other things you could craft, let us know what you're crafting and some of the things you do to raise money with your crafts, and some of the shortcuts you may, or tips you may have. So,
or if you have questions.
We'll be more than happy to share some of the things that we learned over this past year. All right, folks.
So share,
make your comments. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.